Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me on my adventure riding the entire world by motorcycle, and right now we're deep in Italy in a place called Massa, and I'm in a bit of a pickle exactly what I should do next. That is because I've got a couple of options for today. Now, yesterday we came down, we touched the west coast. It always feels amazing to do so. But I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to go to a very famous place, iconic in the world sort of more travel vloggers, or go to something really iconic as motorcyclists. But there is a kind of problem with that. Let's jump on the road and I'll explain. So let's jump on Ashworth, the coolest ever created adventure bike. Who says a Honda monkey bike cannot become a world-conquering beast? Right, let me tell you about my options. Because I don't know, I'm a bit 50-50. So, option one, and I have been there many years ago, and I'm not a big city fan, but it is iconic. So the touristy thing for me to do right now, as I don't think I'm hugely far away, is to head to a place called Pisa. And if I head to a place called Pisa, of course there is the leaning tower of Pisa. Now, I could get there, I could get myself a nice lunch, I could walk around basically a city for you guys and girls to all see. But as we all know, I'm not that kind of vlogger, not really. But the thing of it is iconic, and if I can get Ashworth anywhere near it, it would make an amazing picture. If I can just get me and it would make an amazing picture. And it could be, it's a place full of history. But there is a thing about it. I'm basically going to see a tower, a thing that shoots up in the air. We all know it. So the weird long-winded story is a man had well too much wine many times, and he kept doing the design, and because for him it always looked straight because he's a little bit woozy, it kind of ended up being wonky, and that's what's made it really, really famous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is amazing, absolutely amazing to go and see. But basically a drunk man made it. And then the other option, option two, that could be amazing, but it has a downfall, is that we're not all that far away from where they make Vespa, Piaggio. So Piaggio and Vespa are pretty much the same thing. Now we can go and see their iconic place where they're made. Now there is a museum there, and I checked last night to see how much the prices were to go in. I thought, we'll go and have a look at some old Vespas, and some of the history would be quite incredible. Turns out you can't just turn up. It's not one of these places like in England where you've got like the the Motor Museum in Birmingham. You can just turn up and pay and go in. You generally have to book a time slot, and I couldn't see any free time slots available. So that kind of leaves me with, we can go, we probably can't go in. But I'm guessing there's going to be a shop and stuff there. So let me know what you would decide to do down in the comments. I'm just interested at this point right now, what would you decide to do? Because I've got to admit it's quite a hard decision, because I love the point of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, iconic, but I love the point of going and seeing Vespas. For me it's about the Vespa, and I like a Vespa. I've never owned a Vespa, but I do like them, so I would very much like to go and see that. Now you tell me, and I'm going to have a little think and make my mind up, and then we'll see where I end up today. How about that? Right, let's just do some kilometres. Let's head towards them both, and you have a think and I'll have a think. Let's go. Well, I've arrived at the place I've picked to go to. It's quite funny really. Of course I'm not going to be the tour guide and go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because I've been, and at the end of the day I'm going to walk around there for 5 minutes, jump on my bike and leave and grab a picture. So I thought, being a true motorcycle channel, you can already hear a scooter go by. It wasn't a Vespa, but we are here in the place where the museum, where it was born, the Piaggio Vespa Museum. Now, I've had a look, you can't get a tour. Well, there is one right later on this afternoon. So the reality of that is I'm not going to be sat around here for hours and hours and hours. The town itself is hugely busy. There's like a market thing going on. It does look quite cool, but I'm not hungry. I'm not in the mood for that either. But I just thought it'd be iconic, wouldn't it? An iconic feeling, at least to come and walk down and see the place where the Vespa was born. But wow, it's very industrially. That's all I'll say, very industrially. But it looks cool. I'll show you what I can show you. And then I've got a feeling we'll be back on the bike and hitting the road again. But it's nice to be here. It's nice to hit an iconic place yet again on my world trip. Well, the first thing you see when you walk through the gate, I don't know if I'm allowed in this bit or not already, but anyway, this iconic plane. Did they put the engine in there? Maybe they did. I have no idea. And it's not just that. Behind me, in front of me actually, there is something else that's worth a look. Now inside there's some mutzagutses. Can you see the mutzagutses? Oh, I still have not ridden a mutzagutse. That's something I need to do. And then there's also a really old train that I reckon I could drive. I reckon I could get on board that and drive. And then of course that is the entrance there. It looks good, doesn't it? It does look good. Wow, I just had the door opened. I said, I haven't booked, I'm a British lord. Can I come in? And she said, for you, no problem. They let me store my helmet and everything. It was lovely. So, shall we have a quick, brief tour? I mean, how cool is this? This is all, I believe, all the manuals for all the different bikes. I mean, it goes on. And it goes on, and it goes on. So they did do a lot with planes many years ago, and I'm guessing the train and everything is all Piaggio that I knew nothing about. There is a lot of old books. You can't obviously open them and have a look, but it just feels like this goes on forever. Right, shall we look at our first scooter? There is definitely something quite special, isn't there? It's just got that look of, wow, the Vespa GT. I am definitely by far no expert, but let me tell you, this was made in 1966. This is a 125, just because I read the sign. And look, you can take your little picnic on the back, your missus, and just go off on an adventure. And I'm guessing that dude there is the man that invented it, or at least something like that. I should read the signs, but that's not me. Then we've got the V7 Mutzagutse. I still need to ride one of these. This is one I look through the window at. I think there's something about the breathtaking side, the way the engine, very kind of BMW, but it's more up, and it's just, you know, that's going to just make you smile every time you turn that throttle. Now they've also got an Aprilia. They've got a dedicated bit to that as well, but that's the Touareg. And I literally was tempted to buy one of these when they first come out, because the reviews are incredible, and it does look, doesn't it? It looks it. But yeah, that, have a look at them, because that's a very interesting bike, and a very capable bike as well. Very capable. Now the Piaggio MP3 Deep Black with the funky two front wheels, something about makes me just want to give one of these a go, just to experience it, because all the suspension inside here, it all moves as you're going, so you've got that kind of lean, but you can just chill and get off, have coffee, jump back on, and never worry about falling over. Now that's very leafy, different colour, but what I like is you can see the frames from the different Vespas, and you see the 1996 here, then it's 2005, and they haven't really changed, have they, at all? And then 2007, and then again, if you look at the 2017, to me they just look identical. So they've kept their sort of originality all the way through the years. It's nice to see, but of course these are quite modern. Let's keep looking at what literally is just eye candy. Now here's some funky Vespas. You can see how much people customise them. I mean, the Birdman, I'm guessing must have been in a film or something, or just they love the film. But it's even got a place that if you've got a ginormous willy, you can rest it on a cushion. I mean, it's quite lordly, to be fair. I'd quite like that. And then, of course, you want to go more funky and jazz, you possibly can. I mean, that just looks like it's come straight out of one of those, you know, those films, those, what do they call them? You know, the films that win all the Grammys and stuff that are actually really, really boring. Artistic films, if that makes sense. That is definitely from someone who's made a film like that. And what I also like with Vespa is if you decide you like a military colour, or if you want to go all out and carry the bombs, you can carry the bombs on this. What I'm guessing must be Second World War. Oh, it's after, it's 1956, so they use this for something in case somebody came again. Or you just get this customised probably back then. When you want this as a protective vehicle, grab your bomb, stick it in, pull the trigger, bada boom, bada bing. I mean, there is something, isn't there? Something about them that does make you want to have a go. They are, I mean, they all look the same pretty much, but then you're going back to the old, I mean, this is it for me. If I was going to pick a Vespa, this kind of metal, oh, that to me is iconic. The iconic, that's 2011 they made that, and it looks 80s, like literally 80s, where here it's like they've gone 90s sort of, but it's 2016, so it's like they're sort of slightly stuck in the path. That with an extra light just in case you need it. It's just full everywhere. I mean, oh, now we're going proper vintage over here. 1948 for that baby. It looks like a racing stance when it must have been for a racing. Of course it is. Look, we've got the numbers going on here. This dude's that obsessed. He's been there forever, and he can't help but stare at his front light to make sure it's still working. But they did all sorts, didn't they? Did they make cars? They made cars. Not did they just make cars, but they also made the Vespa for the Giant. I mean, there's people that are 6 foot in there, but that is huge. I mean, let's look at the scale. This is me. This is my head. That's the mudguard. Wow, that's a big boy's bike. Definitely a big boy's bike. But look, I want a Vespa now. Is it bad? I really want a Vespa to add to my stable. There's something, isn't it? Something amazing. Anyway, shall we continue with my tour? These are being set up. That's got a fuel can on it. Ashworth has got a fuel can on it. They carry that oil on the front by the looks of it, or maybe that's water, so in case they get thirsty. Look at them. I mean, that has been everywhere. That has been everywhere. And that has been literally everywhere. But look, there is such a following. Oh, I want one. I really want one. That dude's written a book, in case you're interested. It's in Italian. I can translate. Ciao bella, Ferrari, Mozzo Guzzi. I mean, one day Ashworth, Honda will want Ashworth there, but they're not having it. It's going in my own personal museum for the Helmed Cafe. It just goes on and on and on. Now, going back to the 1958 and sort of carrying kind of down the line, but they were very obviously army based back then, at least the colours. For me, these are a little bit dull. They're cool, but I prefer that funky. If I had one, I'd want it like British flag, Austin Powers style, I reckon. I mean, look at these bad boys. What's that, 1947? I mean, to be fair, that looks quite comfortable, and I'm guessing again they were more worried about the war. So if anyone was trying to shoot towards you, they would ricochet off of, I'm sure, the 100% bulletproof Vespa front. Now that's a better colour. Look at that orange. You can have it in all these different colours, but that is the colour. That is tangoed orange Vespa. Oh, I know, like a Fanta, so I could call it Fanta tangoed, or either both. Now you are talking a pedal and pray. You pedal it, and then you pray that it starts. It's got a little put engine. You pedal, go come on. You pedal, go put. Then it fires and it goes. I love pedal and praise. 1970, someone was pedaling and praying with that bike. I just love it. That is really cool. So more and more customisation on these bikes. I mean, I like that. The umbrellas. Look at the umbrellas on this. This is like, I don't know, kind of like, I wouldn't even say hippie-ish, I'd say seaside. Look, it's got a beach, a seaside town fun theme going on there. Let's keep going. Then here we've got, oh, that person's into their ties, like they like to feel the roar. And then on top of it, Is this Pinocchio? The Pinocchio bike? Is it? It looks like Pinocchio because it's got the nose going on, hasn't it, just there as well. This one here, right? This one here. This is the Spanish lover's bike. This is like, I love Spain. It is gorgeous. It is fantastic. Moving on. That's probably really famous by an artist. That is quite cool, to be fair. That person's well into their denim jeans. That person's a gardener, or they have a very they could be hippie, flowery kind of thing going on there. I mean, this person loves their cows. I mean, look. Is that real cow? Oh. And they've got the bell. I love this. Is awesome. This is seriously awesome. Now this dude's the more blacked out, matte black, I'm sexy. That's like, look at me, you'll all be in black with a black helmet and visor, takes off his mirrors because he's cool. Now this person is very violent and apparently very, very, very long. What is going on there? I love it. Right, what we got over here? This person's away with the fairies, they're up in the clouds. This person over here is completely jazzed out. That, they didn't know what they wanted, so they just went absolutely crazy with the crayons. Now, I've heard about people getting their wood on for motorcycles. That's another extreme. Has that got an engine in it? Has it? It has. It's actually got an engine in it. That, I love that. That's absolutely awesome. So that's where you get your wood on, if you're into it that much. Oh, that's nice. That's just pretty. My wife would like that. I could guarantee Lady Head would be zinging around on that. That's her bag. That, I have no idea. It's modern. It looks cool. Then, of course, don't forget Disney himself. Of course, I've got to have a Disney scooter. The big man. And then, of course, one for my son. The superhero bike. I'd probably have that, to be fair. That is cool. I like that. Kapow, chack, bang, boom. And then... what we got? A few more, the broken down parts of a Vespa. Now, this is for all you mechanics out there. Let me just go through it, just so you know. That there is something to do with your throttle and handbrake. That there is an engine, what's nice. And that there is being bitten by a tiger. Anyway, shall we move on? Now, I think it's very important to point out that my tours are 100% proven and not guaranteed in any way and factually correct. But I've got to say, there is a very magical place to come and visit. Very magical, but it's not over yet. Let's keep going on with the Helmet Head tour. So let's look at a few more well travellers. I mean, this guy, he's gone givey bags on the side, massive box. He's a cheap ass. That's pretty funny. No way, they don't work. They get all steamed up when it gets a bit wet and you can't see your phone whatsoever. I have tried. What is this? I reckon he pushes the switch. Oh, that's his power box to charge all of his stuff. He's got his water bottle. And don't worry, he's got his tent sorted as well. And like me, he's collected things throughout his world adventure. Let's go on to this, guys. You need to put a new tyre on the back, mate. Massive box. Loving that. Fuel 5 litre plastic fuel tank strapped to that. I love that. Water bottle, you're good to go. Let's move on to this bloke. He's gone full out as well. Tiny back box, something he can strap his French stick to. Full bags, proper metal fuel can. I like that. I do like that. Mine's plastic. I'm a bit jealous. He's gone for the same cheap ass for his satellite navigation as well. Power box. This, I'm guessing, tells him how high end stuff that he is, so he can take his Viagra so he can keep it hard. And a bag strapped to the front. But then, of course, you just get the complete person who goes, I need nothing, minimalistic, stick some household paint you've got left, and just go out. And just for effect, stick a piece of cow on the seat. That is nice. That is really nice. Actually, I can't read that word. I'll get in trouble. Let's carry on. Now, I walked past this earlier. This is the bench where the man designed Vespa. That's the dude just there. This is the letters, and this is some of there does go back to my heritage, and it'll be on there. I'm sure a previous lord had visited. And then literally uses this, and he just sketches away to produce what we have today. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good. So right now, this is the bit that's dedicated to Aprilia. Now, I've actually quite a fan of Aprilia because I have raced and ridden on the road the RS125, and I love that bike. I mean, I've bought one before I did YouTube. I re-bought one, and I should never have sold it. Did it up a bit and went for a sort of a spin around. I think there's an episode on YouTube of me riding it. It was really bad, no talking, just a camera strapped to it, early days. But there's something about the Aprilia that makes me go, oh, because they're just so fast. They are rapid and unbelievable handling. I mean, bada boom, bada bing. Now this is of course all very dedicated to the racing. As you can see, this is their Aprilia thing. I think they should have filled this with loads of Aprilias personally, but it's cool. There is something about Aprilia as well. Well, it's about every bike for me, isn't there? I get a bit oof, oof. But yeah, Aprilia's got a certain part, sort of place in my heart, and I'd love to add one of them to the stable, like everything else in the world. So in 1963, they used to actually put fires out with that. That's quite funky. That's for me because of the royalty side of things. And then I love these. I want one of these to do an adventure on. It's like a tuk-tuk van. So I'd like to do the adventure on this, potentially put a Vespa or a monkey bike in the back of this and go on tour. So I'd do a load of driving. Well, riding, driving, what would you call that? Driving or riding? I'm interested to know. But that's potentially what I'd look at doing. And they've got loads of these. Look how cool they are. You could literally, oh, there it is. That's the one we need. Me, some fellow awesome friends, the sidekick, all the others. We could climb into one of these and we could do an adventure together. I mean, that's nice. That is seriously nice. I can't go on that to go in it. But could you imagine it? Obviously, I'd be riding. Even better, the person that sponsors my bike, Ashworth, Lee Ashworth, the man that invented the Ashworth Conquering Beast, Midnight Autos is the name of the company that you need to go and check in my Supermetal, all your bike needs. If you're interested in customising your bike, let's put Lee there and me there, and I hear him scream as he goes, Alan, Alan, as I'm going mad. That would be cool. This is James Bondy. That is Postal. That is funky. And that is boring. Now, if you do love the pedal and pray like I do, this is the pedal and pray. If you had a living room, a big living room, maybe my lordly manor, you could have every pedal and pray on display. Even if they're rusty like the one up there. I want one. I want one of these, or I want to do an adventure on one of these. Maybe I should try and source one. What do you reckon? Could you see me on one of these, maybe going from Land's End to John O'Groats on one of them? Could you see that happening? I could now. I've got a little vision. Pedal and pray all the way. I like that. Very much like that. Right. Now what have we got coming up? Ooh. So we've got a selection. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Those remind me of the old days. A selection of what I like to call rockets. And what I like to think of as, if you want to get your gazebos twitching as you're racing down the track, race bikes are the way to do it. Or pocket rocket back there, the pocket rocket, I love it. Right, what have we got coming up over here? This is a bit more of the vintage section. Oh, gutsy. That's very customised. I mean, look at that for a light. Is that a light? Or is that some kind of wind thing? That, very nice. Oh, nice. Oh, Norton nice. BSA nice. British nice. Now, am I the only person that every time I do see these old war bikes in museums, I could picture myself in sort of the, you know, in the war, and it sounds daft, but in the uniform, riding along, going across, maybe delivering the most important message to the front line or something. That's what that kind of reminds me of. Do you do the same? Do you know what I mean? You look at it, you just imagine yourself riding it in some kind of war sense with bombs going off and you're racing through, like, again, like James Bond on a secret mission and delivering something really important or taking out the big bad guy at the end. That's kind of what I do anyway. Iconic kind of off-road adventure kind of bikes from back in the day. They're really tall, really tall. So this here is designed to go super quickly, like ridiculously quickly. Imagine being stuck in that little box doing, I don't know what speed it did, let's just say 150 miles an hour. It was so quick, even the film they're showing to display it is blurry, because that's what kind of beast that is. But I'm pretty sure we've seen enough
but it continues of just gorgeous bikes. But hopefully you've enjoyed this little tour, the helmet head tour of the Aprilia, not Aprilia, what am I saying? Well, it is Aprilia, isn't it? Aprilia's been here, much gutsy, but Piaggio, Vespa. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been cool, isn't it? Well, I'm back at my bike. I am grinning. I had such good fun in there. It was so lovely to be able to go for a tour around, just turning up, being let in when everyone else has to book. It's quite special. Anyway, back with Ashworth, my absolute dream machine. Now, where next, I hear you ask? Well, let me show you exactly what I've kind of got planned on the map, because I am winging it. I've been given lots of waypoints from the guy that's storing my bike, Andreas, and I've kind of been trying to follow them on and off throughout this adventure. Now, he has suggested where I go next. It's not massively far, so we will go and have a look, but let me show you on the map. So we are currently here in Pontedrala. Now, the waypoint that he suggested next was going to be here, Capannori, that is known famously for its salami. Now, it's around 30 kilometres away, and he did suggest that I stay around there for that evening, because the next day is just unreal. It's unbelievable and fantastic and amazing. But like I said, it's only 30 kilometres away, so we'll go and check it out. Then I'll decide if I sort of go on a diversion and go and check out something else or not, because it's still a little bit early days for me to stop in a hotel yet. But we'll see. I like to wing it, so we'll see what happens. Find out. 30 kilometres back on Ashworth. Let's go. Now, one of the things that I do love, I mean, this town was the history of it. You saw some of the pictures of all the old Vespas and Piaggios, like the ones that you saw in there, almost all over the place. Obviously, it was full of it. And what is awesome about Italy, like, we all are very proud of our heritage. So's Italy. And it's, you know, it's that warm feeling to think I've gone and visited that. Now, we've got 33 kilometres to go, and I think I've got this right, because obviously the information was given to me a few days ago, and I'm pretty sure he said this is the home of the salami. So I'm guessing where we're about to go and what we're about to see is going to be shop windows with pictures of salami all over them, buildings that are made to look like salami, a big salami in the middle of the village, and everybody just wafting down loads of salami. That's what I think we're going to go and see. But let's go and find out. 33 kilometres, let me bish bosh that out of the way, and let's find out. So here's the thing, I did find the land of salami. Well, it's a very, very busy city, and I did go in, and I will play you a little bit of a clip while I explain, but I went in with the vision I'm going to find a beautiful Italian coffee shop, park my bike up, and be able to sit there enjoying a cappuccino staring at my bike. Well, I actually went in twice. I went in once, and I did find like where the whole square bit was cut off, and then there was coffee shops, but trust me, you couldn't park if you wanted to. So then I kind of had to sort of go out again, and then that sort of worked out. I went further and further. So I had to go under this sort of like tunnel-y thing, what's fantastic, like archways, and went sort of out. I went along a bit and went back in, did find somewhere to stop, but where I stopped, it was just chaos by the sort of way of it. It was very student-y, there was an incredible amount of people, and I just thought, it's not for me, and I don't want to leave my bike just parked there in this busy place and wander off. I just decided, you know what, it's just not for me. So what I did is that I thought I'm going to continue on the route that I've got planned, and some spectacular roads. Now, it is getting on a bit, it's getting a bit later in the day, but I've got a place right now I can enjoy a couple of Italian biscuits, have a few sips of water. But this place where I'm at right now, this is more me. Let me show you.
Live a little, flip the page, give it some more, getting out of my way. I was hiding, bulletproof, forever waiting, then came you. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. I was picking up the pieces of yesteryear's life, in over my head, trying to figure out.
So, as you can see, more me. But while I've been filming, the weather has started to change, and there's been some spits of rain, and I did learn my lesson riding in a rainstorm on a mountain last time because I've started to put my waterproofs on. But there is somebody I need to say a massive thank you to, and that is Julian Bickers, because last time I did my leg of the World Adventure, he lent me a pair of these things that are basically waterproofs that go over your shoes. So save me having to put on my boots that I never do because I just use them as water and wine bottle holders on my bike. I can put these on. That means that my actual feet are going to be dry, because I love these really cool motorcycle boot things, but they're not waterproof. They say they are, but they're definitely not. These bad boys save that. So Julian, thank you so much. They're already coming in handy. Now, I have booked a hotel because it's getting quite late. The weather is changing and I just don't want to be out in the soaking it down rain. And I'm well ahead of schedule now. I've booked a hotel that is the cheapest yet. It's about, let me have a quick look and I'll tell you exactly how far away it is. It is only 44 minutes away in potential mountain riding wet weather. But, I mean, the reviews look good. I just don't understand what the facilities are really like. It's pay at property for breakfast. It means you negotiate a price. You go into like deep haggle with them so you can get, of course, the cheapest price possible. I just hope this time it's got a restaurant and a bar, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter, because right now I just want to get there because I know the weather's coming in really bad. So hopefully I'll book something decent, but in true 11 out of 10 style, I picked something reasonably priced on booking.com, well rated, and pray it's going to be good. Right, I'm going to get all geared up because I've got a feeling it's going to pee it down, and we'll get those last kilometres done. But what a view, eh? Just ignore bits of rubbish around these bits, but just down there, what a view.
Well, let's do the final ride. 36 kilometres, about 45 minutes. There's 44, let's say about an hour in reality. I've got 2 bars of fuel and I'm heading into mountains. I've got my backup can. I'm pretty sure we'll find a little petrol station on the way just to top up the old juices. It's sprinkling, very finely sprinkling around here. Behind me it looks really bad, in front of me it looks really cloudy, so I think we're going to go into a good storm of water. Let's just wait for these two, give myself a nice clear run. Oh, I tell you what, what an awesome day. And I'm so glad I've taken the time to put the gear on. I'm fully waterproofed up, so I'm not going to be getting there drenched and being soaked through. It's the right move, I think, the right move. It's always a gamble. You go, well, if it clears in a minute, I'm in all this kit, but hey, put all the kit on, stay dry for a minute. The other side, I know I mess up all the names and I've got severe dyslexia, I've mentioned that before, but I am proud of myself. Deep down I am proud of myself, because we're here in Italy, pretty much winging it, doing what feels right for me. What I always say to everybody, do what feels right for you. And I'm tackling a little bit of these mountain roads a little bit earlier than I wanted, sort of planned to, but it means I've got more of a luxury, leisurely day of filming and awesomeness tomorrow, depending if we've got a whole day of rain. But think about it, this morning it was blistering sun that I almost just put my t-shirt on and my mesh jacket, because I was thinking I'm going to start sweating, and as days gone I've got a bit more chillier, where now it's like it's completely changed. It's definitely cold and chilly. And the other side is, apparently this isn't too far away from some ski lifts, the hotel, hence why I guess it's quite popular. So you never know, we could turn from rain to snow, who knows. But either way, we've only got this 35 kilometres and we can chill. My other thing, every time I've tried to get a place with a restaurant and a bar, and I did last night, you've seen that, it didn't go according to plan, but I'm hoping this is a restaurant and bar, because I generally, when I get off the bike, I just want to chill where I am, and I'm not always in the mood to go off and explore even more, because I've been doing it all day. So I'm really hoping I haven't messed this one up, but it's the nicest, cheapest one I could find on the route. That's my plan. Right, 34 kilometres. Let's see what wild roads that we've got ahead. Oh, and I think I can see a petrol station, or is that not? Is that a warning to say you need snow tyres? We'll find out in a minute. Right, let's hack down some kilometres. Let's get this bad boy done. Well, I've arrived at my hotel, and when I say I've climbed up a mountain, if you can see behind me, coming in, it was like up roads like this and twisted. It was first gear on the monkey bike to get up. But as soon as I saw this place, I was like, it's something special, something really cute and something really nice about it. Now the parking, is like on a slant, and I was like, oh no, and there was a space, and I got my bike in, but it was just going to go. So I've sort of brought it back sort of further down a little bit, and then it turns out I can go up, and then where they park their cars, I put it there. But the welcome I got when I walked in was just lovely. It was a very nice welcome. Obviously they're very used to skiers and things here, and they've let me put my bike into what is almost like a covered bit for their wood for the fires. So my bike's undercover, it's all nice. Now I'm in such a little quaint room, it's just gorgeous. The bar is open, they do have one, but the restaurant is closed because it's out of season. So what she said is 2-minute walk up this road, up this big hill here, is the best restaurant around. She says it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna go and enjoy a lovely meal there tonight. It's just a lovely place. You know, when you just get a warm welcome and you're just happy to be here. And I've just I got a bit wet, but not massively, so I'm not soaked or anything like that. I just did the right thing. So tomorrow is literally known to be world famous roads that go up the mountain. It's absolutely supposed to be brilliant. I'm going to save all that for tomorrow. I'm going to spend my evening, I'm going to transfer some files, I'm going to get to my 360 stuff processing, I'm going to go and get a beer, and then when I get back I'm just going to edit. So I'm going to leave this video here, but what a day, what an amazing day with the scooter place and everything else. I've had a blast, I'm in my happy place. So beer, chill, edit, and I will see you tomorrow. What is truly going to be something special, weather dependent, but bye for now.